Hello, and welcome to Getting Started with WKo5. This is Chapter 2, Athlete Setup. This chapter has 4 lessons. Lesson 1, Athlete Details. Lesson 2, Downloading Data from Training Peaks. Lesson 3, Importing Data from a Device. And Lesson 4, Create a New Athlete. Let's get started with Lesson 1, Athlete Details. When you set up or looking or utilizing athlete information, you need to be able to access athlete details. Pretty simple process in WKo5. Simply click up here right on the rider's name, and it will launch this athlete details panel down below. You will see rider information, tags, account that they're associated with. And if you look here, you'll see devices and metrics. If you open metrics, these are where you will find all the settable metrics within WKo5. And you'll also find all the synced metrics with Training Peaks. You can edit any metric. In this example, I've selected weight by simply clicking on the weight or the date, depending on when you want to edit one of your previous ones. If you'd like to add a new one or delete an old one, hit the plus or minus button. Lesson 2, Downloading Data from Training Peaks. Pretty simple process. We've made this easy and efficient for you. Once again, you would select the rider information here. Then that would bring you to your details page, meaning select the rider information, click on the rider's name. It'll bring you to the athlete details page. Right here in the Training Peaks athlete line, there's a button that says Edit, and that allows you to associate a Training Peaks account and then automatically sync between that Training Peaks account and WKO. Click Edit, and you'll enter your username and your password. Wait till this little message says the username and password are valid. If it says it's invalid and it's in red, your password is incorrect or your username is incorrect. Once that goes, username and password are valid, you'll get an athlete name here on the line, which will associate with this WKO athlete. Typically, you would use the same name, but maybe for some reason, as a matter of fact, you see it here. I am not. I'm using Joe Ryder as a sample. Now, if you're a coach and using a coach account with multiple athletes, enter your coach account, Training Peaks, and password. And what that will do is you'll be able to click this little down arrow and you'll get your entire athlete lists. So you can just build them one at a time, select the athlete you want to associate with WKO. It really makes it much easier and faster for coaches managing multiple athletes. So remember, coaches, use your Training Peaks coach account and password to log in. All right, let's move on to Lesson 3, Importing Data from a Device. Again, a pretty simple process. Just at first, plug in your device and wait a couple of seconds as your computer recognizes it. Once the device is recognized, this little user interface or UI will pop up. It'll tell you here a Garmin device is associated with a specific ID. And here, if you're a single athlete user, it'll have your name. If you're a multiple athlete user, you want to click the up-down arrows and associate this device. Let's say you and your spouse share your computer. You might want to have your device associated by account. Once you're happy with that, you could import. But a secret step here, or it makes it much easier step, is if you check this little box, it will always choose that athlete and it won't ask you again. Meaning, once I associate my Garmin with my account, I won't even have to see this gray box or click import. Every time I plug my Garmin in, it'll automatically load it. Now you might be connecting already in this sense from Garmin Connect. That will sync through Training Peaks and right into WKo5, so that's automatic. But if you're still manually importing Garmin devices or have other devices that you're importing from, this is the way that you would get them set up. Lesson 4, Creating a New Athlete. Okay, when you look to create a new athlete and you have multiple athletes, there's a little down arrow. I kind of put that one in the wrong spot now that I think about it, but there's a little down arrow right to the right of the rider's name when you hover over it and you have multiple athletes. If you click that, it'll launch this little Athlete Explorer right here. And on the bottom, you can just click the plus button to add a new athlete or a minus button to delete one, but a plus button to add one. Then you can follow the same process. You can either manually enter their information, or you could just click the edit button and associate that athlete, that Training Peaks athlete, with this account, and it will automatically bring up all the information such as name, weight, image, all that will be carried over. That completes Chapter 2.